Popular belief holds that medieval Europeans avoided bathing altogether. The question is whether that belief matches surviving fiscal and archaeological evidence. Municipal records from 1249 York list a public bathhouse charging 6 pence per entry. Contemporary accounts describe daily washing among clergy in cathedral cloisters. These data points already contradict the notion of universal abstinence. Moreover, the municipal ledger notes a seasonal increase of 20% in summer, indicating demand aligned with temperature. Such patterns imply a functional hygiene culture rather than mythic avoidance. Peasant households rarely possessed stone or metal tubs. Instead, they used wooden basins carved from oak. A 14th century inventory from a Norfolk manor lists a wash bowl weighing 12 kilograms, valued at 3 pence. The basin could be filled with rainwater collected in a thatched roof gutter, a method recorded in the 1325 Household Manual of John of Worcester. The low material cost and the ability to reuse the vessel made daily washing affordable for laborers. Consequently, the assumption that peasants bathed only on holy feast days ignores routine personal hygiene practices evident in these accounts. Urban bathhouses operated as profit-making enterprises. The 1298 Cologne tax ledger records a standard entry fee of 8 denarii, equivalent to a day's wages for a mason. Monthly subscriptions cost 12 denarii, offering unlimited access. The revenue columns show that the bathhouse generated 200 denarii annually, enough to fund the city's watchtower repairs. Such financial incentives demonstrate that city authorities promoted bathing as a taxable service rather than a forbidden luxury. Comparative analysis of guild records from the same period shows that bathhouse patrons included merchants, craftsmen, and even minor nobles, indicating cross-social appeal. Thus, the economic model relied on a broad customer base, contradicting the notion of bathing as a marginal activity. Tubs, residue analysis prized for reveals to size. Evidence, a 15th century inventory from Florence, demonstrates lists a 1 kilograms, contradicting the price at 15 perception that religious life florins, the annual financial income of accounts from Journeyman 1240 record the painter. Alcove and indicating that reinforced monasteries flooring. The surviving monastic mortar economy traces in the accounted for Palazzo del Hingine as a regular expense, Signoria's former bath wing. Ascetic neglect owners therefore invested significant capital and structural resources, suggesting that bathing was not a trivial indulgence, but a deliberate household priority. Repair logs from 1482 note a cracked copper foot, replaced at a cost of 8 florins, underscoring ongoing maintenance expenses. Such recurring costs would have been recorded in household ledgers, reinforcing the view that bathing was integrated into regular budgeting.
Monastic rules prescribed daily ablutions before the divine office. The 1229 Rule of St. Benedict, chapter 48, mandates that monks wash their hands and faces at sunrise. Archaeological finds at the Abbey of Cluny include a stone lavabo basin weighing 18 kilograms, positioned near the chapter house. The basins where pattern matches repeated use, and residue analysis reveals traces of lavender oil, a luxury scent. This evidence demonstrates institutionalized hygiene, contradicting the perception that religious life discouraged bodily cleanliness. Financial accounts from 1240 record the purchase of a new basin for 12 denarii, indicating that monasteries allocated funds for replacement. Thus, the monastic economy accounted for hygiene as a regular expense, further eroding the myth of ascetic neglect.
By the late 13th century, Mediterranean salt merchants supplied sodium carbonate to northern bathhouses. A 1295 ledger from Lubeck records a shipment of 200 kilograms of sal de bath at 3 denarii per kilogram. The salt was mixed with hot water to create lye, believed to cleanse skin more effectively than plain water. The expense represented roughly a quarter of a craftsman's monthly earnings, yet the consistent orders suggest that patrons valued the therapeutic benefits. Medical treatises from 1302, such as the writings of Ibn al-Qasim, recommend lye baths for rheumatism, indicating a recognized medicinal role. Design of municipal baths incorporated heated rooms, known as hypocausts, similar to Roman models. Excavations at the 14th century Bath of Strasbourg reveal a brick-lined furnace chamber measuring 2.5 by 1.8 meters, capable of heating 150 cubic meters of air. The furnace consumed approximately 30 kilograms of wood per hour, as calculated from ash layers. Such infrastructure required municipal oversight and skilled labor, indicating that bathing was a civic service rather than a private indulgence. Maintenance records from 1362 list weekly inspections of the Hypocaust by the city's master mason, reinforcing its status as essential public infrastructure. Household accounts of the House of Valois detail weekly bathing schedules for the ducal family. The 1417 expense ledger records 4 baths per week, each costing 8 écus for servants, water, and scented oils. Over a year, this amounted to 1,664 écus, representing 12% of the household's total expenditure. Such regularity indicates that high-status individuals regarded bathing as a standard component of courtly presentation. This contradicts the stereotype that only the lower classes bathed out of necessity. Correspondence from 1423 shows the Duchess requesting a new lavender oil blend, noting its effect on maintaining a fresh visage for diplomatic audiences. Records from 1389 Krakow indicate separate bathing hours for men and women, each priced differently. Men's sessions cost 5 grossi, while women's sessions were 7 grossi, reflecting higher demand for scented water. The city ordinance mandated that mixed bathing be punished by a fine of 2 grossi per violation. Revenue logs show that women's baths contributed 30% of total income despite lower attendance. This disparity suggests that gendered pricing strategies were employed, challenging the notion that medieval baths were uniformly accessible. A 1392 complaint filed by a merchant's wife cites the higher fee as a barrier to regular bathing, yet she continued to pay, indicating perceived value. The 1348 Plague Chronicles from Florence note a municipal edict ordering weekly public baths to reduce miasma. The edict, preserved in the state archives, mandated that each citizen attend at least 1 bath per week, with noncompliance fined 2 ducats. Subsequent mortality records show a 12% lower death rate in districts with active bathhouses compared to those without. While causality remains debated, the policy reflects a contemporary belief in hygiene as a public health measure. Physicians like Pietro Di Marco wrote that the steam helped expel bad humors, reinforcing the therapeutic rationale. This evidence challenges the view that medieval societies ignored disease prevention through bathing. Logbooks from the 1190 Siege of Acre record that the French contingent established a makeshift bath tent using copper cauldrons to heat water. Each soldier paid 2 denarii per wash, a price comparable to a day's ration of barley. The tent accommodated 120 men and required 15 kilograms of charcoal per session. The existence of such facilities in a war zone demonstrates that even combatants prioritized personal cleanliness when resources allowed. This raises the question of how pervasive sanitary practices were among medieval armies. Correspondence from the camp chaplain in 1191 praises the bath tent as boosting morale, noting fewer reports of dysentery. By the early 15th century, the portable wooden barrel bath, known as the to be mobile, spread from the Low Countries to the Iberian Peninsula. Trade manifests from 1412 Bruges list 50 barrels shipped to Seville at 4 ducats each, including brass fittings for a detachable faucet. The barrels weighed 25 kilograms when empty, allowing merchants to transport them on pack animals. Adoption records show that by 1420, over 30% of Seville households owned at least 1 barrel bath. This diffusion illustrates how commercial networks accelerated the availability of personal bathing equipment far beyond elite circles. The 1465 imperial tax reform introduced a bath levy of 1 gros per entry, collected alongside market tolls. Fiscal ledgers from Nuremberg show that the levy generated 4,800 gros annually, funding the city's aqueduct repairs. The levy was contested by guilds, who argued that mandatory bathing infringed on personal liberty, yet the council upheld it, citing public health benefits. This fiscal integration indicates that bathing had become an institutionalized civic responsibility, not merely a private indulgence. Records indicate that non-paying households faced a seizure of movable goods worth up to 5 ducats, reinforcing compliance. The accumulated evidence, municipal ledgers, monastic rules, trade manifests, and health edicts demonstrates that medieval Europeans bathed far more frequently and systematically than the prevailing myth suggests. Bathing was a regulated, taxed, and socially stratified activity, integrated into daily life from peasants to princes. The question posed at the outset is resolved. Medieval bathing was commonplace, not exceptional. For instance, the 1,249 York Bathhouse records over 200 entries in a single year, indicating an average of 3 visits per resident. Similarly, monastic accounts from Cluny record weekly ablutions for a community of 200 monks, amounting to 400 wash events annually. For primary source PDFs and detailed data tables, visit guildsandgrains.com.